Hello, my name is Kirsty, and I will be discussing the need for new employee uniforms at Northwoods Inn. First, impressions are key in the business world. In the restaurant industry, it is the appearance of the employees that maintain the expectation that is set at the door when the customers walk in. Let's go over a few reasons why uniforms are so important. High standard of expectations within the restaurant industry today are based off of what the customer sees when they walk through the door. When the entire workforce is in uniform, they appear more approachable to the customer. Wearing uniforms establishes a hierarchy within the restaurant. The staff is distinguishable from each other as well as the customers. In our case, managers are distinguished by wearing a black vest rather than a red vest like the rest of the employees. Having a company-issued uniform is a benefit to the employee because it alleviates the added expense of having to pay for a uniform ourselves. It's also a benefit to the employee to have company-issued uniforms because it ensures the fact that everybody will look the same. The current uniforms that we have serve the purpose, however, there are a few aspects that could use some improvements. First, we need to take into consideration the cleanliness of our current uniforms. We currently wear white shirts as servers and bartenders and hosts, and although they are appropriate, they're very hard to maintain. The stains that we accumulate throughout our shift are easily visible from the various foods that are being served, and a customer could easily mistake a clean shirt for a shirt that may not have been washed recently. Having dirty uniforms also doesn't appeal to the overall cleanliness of the restaurant. The second concern with our current uniforms is the overall health of our employees. Given that the only option is a long sleeve shirt, this poses an issue during the summer times when it's really, really hot inside the restaurant and outside. As a server, we're constantly moving and our body temperature is rising, so we tend to get very, very hot, and this can lead to fatigue as well as lack of workplace performance. Lastly, with the current uniforms, it's hard to distinguish between a server, a bartender, as well as a seating host. Given that we're all in white t-shirts, sometimes when the hosts are seating customers, the customers will stop the host on their way back to the host desk and ask them for a refill or another drink or a condiment on the side, and if the host goes and gets whatever they're asking for, it leads to job abandonment. Let's discuss the possible solutions. So the first thing to consider is changing the color of the uniforms. Instead of having white shirts for all of the servers, the hosts, and the bartenders, it would help if they were in red shirts instead of white shirts. And for the managers, instead of being in white shirts and black vests, if they were in red shirts and black vests. Not only would this help distinguish the servers, but by being in black shirts, but it would also take care of the cleanliness problem. With the black shirts, you wouldn't be able to see the stains from the food as well, and we would still look professional. Having the option of short sleeves instead of long sleeves would also help. This would take care of becoming fatigued while we're working, and it would keep us more productive. Of course, with the change in uniforms comes the cost of the new uniforms. An online company is offering the following prices on the uniforms. For the ladies' long sleeve shirts in black or white, the cost would come to $16.49, and for the short sleeve shirts in black or white, it would be $15.49 for quantities of 48. For the men's long sleeve shirt, it would be $17.99 in white, black, or red, and the short sleeve shirts would be $15.49 in any of the colors and quantities of 48 as well. The total cost of the new uniforms would vary based on the amount of shirts that the restaurant is willing to provide to each employee. and how many employees would be subject to the change of uniform. The new uniforms would highly benefit the overall appearance of the restaurant and would essentially make the employees much more happier having to be in uniform. And we are seeking a decision by January 1st, 2015 to fulfill the order of the new uniforms.